Hey, Mario Brown here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a sustainable and massively lucrative 6 to 7 figure online marketing business that is automated and systematized. My name is Mario Brown and you are in for quite a ride, okay? Now, first of all, let me tell you, I have a German accent, so you gotta get used to that right away. Also, I'm a really fast talker, so you better get your notes ready because I'm gonna teach you some good stuff on this call. This is not gonna be one of these boring presentations. I'm actually ready here to rock and roll. And with that being said, it's all about creating the ultimate lifestyle business. To me, that means having freedom, having systems that are automated, and having a lot of leads and traffic coming in on a daily basis. For me specifically with Facebook advertising. So we're going to talk a lot about Facebook, including some advanced strategies. Coming up with the systems that work for you, automating your business. That's how I'm able to travel the world and still run a super successful business. That to me means maximum freedom. And also we're going to talk about how you can be one of the top 5% in your industry or in your niche, so to speak. Most likely, if you're watching this video, you're an online entrepreneur. So let's look at the journey ahead. Let's see what's coming up in the next 20 to 25 minutes for you when we're going to go through this presentation, okay? Powerful case studies for some of my clients that I've worked with, what they did when it comes to Facebook traffic or creating products to really crush it. Literally, I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look. Also, I'm going to show you in just a second here actually the best working funnel for me right now. It is very simple but powerful, and it works really well for me and for my clients. Also, we're going to talk about highly profitable webinars. Going to give you a crash course on that because I believe it's the best medium to actually make a lot of sales and high ticket sales. And then, like I said, we're going to talk about advanced Facebook strategies, retargeting, custom audiences, all the good stuff. And it's all actually based on case studies on stuff that I'm using in my business. So there's no theory and no fluff here whatsoever. Sounds good, huh? Now let's talk about real quick, some of the struggles that I had when I started out as an internet marketer was basically the constant up and down of the money that was coming in. Actually, at the beginning there was no money coming in, but then once I had some success, the problem was there was just no consistent revenue. Maybe you know exactly what I mean when one month you just rocking and rolling and the next month you have no money coming in or very little. And that makes you obviously very anxious. I know that for a fact because I was in that situation. It's quite a roller coaster ride if you don't know how next month is going to be and if it's not sustainable. It's not a good position to be in. Another issue that a lot of online marketers have right now is that they have to go from launch to launch, from product launch to product launch, launching low ticket stuff. And the problem with that is it's the same issue. If for 2-3 months you don't have a launch or you don't have content, you don't have any revenue coming in, and you have to actually stress out and make up some stuff. And that's again not a good position to be in. And I've been there too. Going from launch to launch, it's really not a sustainable business whatsoever. It doesn't even feel like a real business. Wouldn't you agree? Here's another one, and that's a biggie. That was a big one for me. No traffic. Not having a constant source of leads coming in 24/7, especially even when you sleep. Most people, most online marketers like you and me, most likely are dependent on joint venture partners. Now, I love joint venture traffic, don't get me wrong, but the problem is what happens if they don't like you anymore, or if they find an offer that is converting better and they drop yours? Yeah, you're right. You don't have a business anymore. You're out of the game. So I made a switch and I said, you know what, joint venture traffic is great, but I want to have the security of knowing that I have paid traffic and leads coming in every day. And then the joint venture traffic is a bonus. And I'm going to show you during this call how to exactly do that. And this right here might be the biggest one. Online entrepreneurs who don't have a system in place and who don't have automation in place. This was the biggest one for me to overcome. Having the ultimate lifestyle business, being able for me and my wife, to travel the world and still have great revenue coming in, we needed to automate our system, and we needed, first of all, systems in place and then automate them. And it's all about keeping it simple. So, for me, it's important to get leads in on a daily basis, to make sales on a daily basis, and have it automated and have the machine working for me. And if you know everything that you said that I just talked about is scaring you, don't worry about it. Trust me, the person that I talked about, that was me for a long time. And I'm still not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I tell you what, I'm working every day on improving that situation. Cool. If you don't know my story, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because, you are not here to hear about me, but just super fast. Like I said, I struggled in the beginning myself. I lived actually as a teenager in a foster home because my mother, on the upper left, you can see her, she was struggling with drugs, unfortunately. Now, many years later, everything is okay. I have a great relationship with her. On the upper right, you see my two daughters. They live in Germany. That's why every year in Germany, I'm going to go to Germany every year in the summertime, so I can be in touch with them and spend time with them. On the lower left, I grew up not knowing my dad. Actually, I saw him for the first time. I met him when I was 30 years old in Durham, North Carolina. He's here on the lower left on that picture. On the right hand side, that's him. And that was actually coincidentally the first time that I spoke at an internet marketing event. So when I was 30 years old, first time that I met my dad, found out that I have 4 sisters and a brother as well. Crazy, crazy story. Here on the lower right, it's me in Ecuador. I'm traveling, and that's where I met my then girlfriend, now wife, Maria. And when I was backpacking in Ecuador, I ran out of cash. I was living there for 7 months, and the cheapest ticket to the United States was a ticket to Miami. And that's how I ended up in the United States, at Miami at the airport with 500 bucks to my name. I hardly spoke any English, and I found a job in a hotel working night shift. And from the first couple of savings that I had, I bought a laptop. And true story, at one night I opened up the laptop and I said how to make money online because I wanted to make some extra cash, and that's how I got started, guys. So I don't know your story. I know that you have a unique story yourself that brought you to online marketing. That's my story. So the whole point that I'm gonna make here is that if I can do it, you can do it. Coming to this country with a heavy accent and not having any cash, and now I'm gonna share with you what I do today. I can do it and you can do it too. Absolutely. Just believe in yourself. Now here, this is my life right now. Traveling in the last 6 months, I've been to Amsterdam, to Barcelona, Spain. I was in Europe, all over the place, in France, Germany. It's awesome. We were in Cancun, Las Vegas, San Diego. Right now we're in California, checking out a couple of places here. And it's just awesome. As long as I have a laptop, I'm ready to rock and roll. The only other thing I really need is a headset. And if I have that with my automated system being all in place, I'm ready to rock and roll. Sometimes if I feel like I can do a live webinar, and that's my life really right now, and I want to show you how to do the same if that's what you want to do. I'm not sure what it's what's in it for you in this game. Maybe I'm not sure what it is that you want to get out of it, but for me it's lifestyle freedom, having impact, and being able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and with whom I want to do it, if that makes sense. Cool. Here are a couple of my right now my clients that I was privileged to help. They implemented many of the strategies that I'm going to talk about with you right now when it comes to webinars and Facebook traffic specifically, and creating high-end products. People like Alex Becker here, Daryl East, Brian Anderson, Jess Smith, just great people. Gene here. I'm going to share a couple of their results and what they did in their business to also reach the next level. Then I was privileged enough in May to have my own big marketing event, and I had people like Frank Kern, Andy Jenkins, Mike Filsame actually be keynote speakers. They didn't sell anything, they just really provided value, over delivered. People loved it, and that's the type of people right now that I get to hang out with, and it's just awesome. And that just happened in the last 4 to 5 years. Now, before I jump into the content, so grab your notes right now, because now we are really gonna rock and roll. This is where the meat is. Just a fair warning real quick. And it's important that I share this with you. My clients' results, because I'm going to share some numbers. They're absolutely not typical at all. They're not average. Actually, the typical result is 0. Why? Especially with my stuff, the typical result is 0. Why is that? Because most people don't take any action. I challenge you to be a top achiever actually, and to take massive action. I don't believe in get rich quick stuff at all. I'm not guaranteeing any results, guys and gals, and we don't know each other. I can't evaluate your situation. I don't know how much action you're going to take. So, I believe though in massive hard work. And what I want to leave you with is don't believe a word I say. Like Buddha said, don't believe anything. Go out there and test it for yourself. With all the heavy stuff out of the way, let's have some fun, right? And I had to share this stuff. First of all, it's required by law. But secondly, I want to make sure I'm on the safe side. I do everything, white hat. And I do the same with my clients, always caring for them and making sure they are on the right side of the law, so to speak. Okay? Now, cool. Let's jump right into this. This is really where the content starts. So pay attention right now. I'm going to jump into sales funnels and marketing funnels and how to crush it online. This is what the typical funnel looks like right here. You might have seen this, where you have a low-end offer, maybe something for free, a newsletter, something for $10, whatever it is. Make it easy for people to get into your funnel. And then you have some membership side, mid-tier offers. Then you have a high-end offer, one-on-one mastermind, and so forth and so forth. And obviously, you have to feed that funnel with a lot of traffic. Now, this is a great funnel. It's proven to work. The only downside, though, for me personally, because I want to run a lifestyle business with maximum one virtual assistant, the downside is it's a lot of moving pieces and it takes a lot of time to get a full-blown marketing funnel set up. So that doesn't sound like a lifestyle business to me personally. Now this works, it's great, but for me it's just too long, and with my clients I focus on simplicity. Now if you don't mind, I want to give you the best funnel that's working for me right now and that allows me to get the freedom that I want to have. And here's how it goes. It starts obviously with traffic. You need leads. Like every business, you need leads. I personally right now, I focus on Facebook traffic specifically. Why? You know why? Because most people hang out, all my prospects and new prospects most likely, they hang out on Facebook all freaking day. So we can now get our ads in front of them and drive them to our offers and things like that. So it starts with traffic, and then I send them usually to a webinar or a video case study, just like the one that you are watching right now. The beauty of that is you can automate that so that your funnel is actually absolutely automated. And if you don't believe me that you can absolutely automate everything, guess what? You're watching this video right now, right? And this is a replay. And I'm sure you clicked on an ad. So everything so far was automated, right? The system's working while I'm doing whatever I want right now. Maybe sleeping, maybe enjoying the beach, whatever it is. Then on the webinar, you're gonna make an offer. Whatever it is that you sell, I don't know you personally. I hope I get to know you at one of my events or at any event. But right now I don't know you, so I don't know what it is that you bring to the table, what your offer is, what it is. So it might be a product, it might be coaching, consulting, services, SEO. I don't know, but you want to make an offer at the end of your presentation, and then you can make money. So do you see how simple this is? Most people, the reason why they fail, in my opinion, is that they overcomplicate things and they try to do too many things at the same time. Traffic, send them to a video, make an offer, and you will generate cash flow and revenue. Now, if someone says no to your offer, no big deal. You still have them on your email list right now, and you can follow up with them with your products actually and recommend more products to them, and that again will lead to more revenue. So you're building a list while you're making offers, while you're generating traffic, and the beauty is you can automate it all. The secret to this though is simplicity and systems. Keep it simple. Again, my students, the people that I talk to, they started succeeding once they simplified their systems and their funnel. So this right here, guys, I hope you took notes, is the best funnel right now, the most simple funnel that you can use. Let's talk about really quick about webinars before I jump into Facebook traffic and show you a case study, one of my campaigns on Facebook with custom audiences and retargeting that I think you will really enjoy. When it comes to webinars, I believe it's the ultimate conversion tool because you can sell to hundreds and thousands of people. With GoToMeeting, you can have 1,000 attendees there. With Google Hangout, you can have unlimited attendees basically. So in the past, old school, when you had to sell one-to-one, now you can sell one-to-many and sell hundreds of people. The beautiful thing is you can make high-end offers, high-ticket offers on a webinar as well, which is awesome. If you send people to a sales letter, you might sell something for $7 or $70 or $97. With a webinar, you can sell things $1,000, $2,000 or higher. And you can automate it, obviously. If you don't want to do webinar, you can just record your screen with Camtasia or with ScreenFlow, the way I do it right now. That's totally fine as well. Most webinars look like this though. People can't get people, their attendees to actually show up, and even worse, if they don't have traffic, they don't get anyone to register. So, low registrations, low show up rates, and then not making sales, that's a very frustrating situation. And a lot of people are trapped in this situation because they don't know how to do it the right way. And why is that? First of all, their slides and stuff is boring. They don't make sales because they don't have any engagement on their webinars. Another big problem. And often at the end, they make a weak offer. They just don't make an irresistible offer. Not a situation we want to be in. Instead, you want to have a party going, right? You want to have a full house, you want to have leads galore, and massive sales at the end. Now the question, of course, is how do you do it? And let me tell you right now, it starts with better slides. I mean, you tell me this presentation so far, and it's you can give me, just be honest in the response that you have in your mind right now. Was this a more engaging presentation so far because of the slides that I've been using, the visuals? I think so. So get away from the good old boring stuff, and be a little bit more visual and have some engagement on your training as well. When I say engagement, what I mean is really, ask good questions. If you're the one doing the video or the webinar, show up with high energy and get people to say yes. Ask questions that get them to say yes, because that's called micro commitments. The more often people say yes to something, the more likely they are to say yes at the end when you make your big offer. Does that make sense? Cool. And then you want to have a mind-blowing offer. You want to make an offer that they can't receive, that they can't resist. And basically, like in the movie The Godfather, make them an offer they just can't refuse. That's what you want to do. You really want to put something together that's valuable, that can have an impact, and that for people is a total no-brainer to sign up with. Does that make sense? Cool. Cool. That's a couple of things. It's just a crash course that I want you to keep in mind. If you just implement what I just showed you, your webinars and presentations and videos are going to be so much better already. Here's a buddy of mine, Jeff Smith, one of my clients that I helped, to put a training together. Now, his story is interesting. He was having success helping local businesses with SEO, but he told me he wanted to have an information product and a business where he can sell products and help other people to have the success that he has. So we worked, we came up with a plan. He put together a product for the first time. He called it Medical Marketing Mastery. I helped him to put together the webinar, and it was great. His first webinar, he just crushed it and generated over $15,000 in revenue on his first call, and total over 150K and much more than that. He then offered one-on-one coaching, and he offered a membership site as well. And here's the funny part: he actually never got to do a product launch, because he made so much money with webinars, that he didn't need it. So really, I just want to clarify here, with webinars, it's really the way to go. In my opinion, they convert well if you do them right, and you can make a lot of money with them, like I said. Now let's focus on the traffic. Let's focus on Facebook, and let's get to the nitty-gritty here, because we talked about webinars. Obviously, at the end, you're going to make an offer and you can make money, but you have to find the traffic. And I use, like I said, specifically right now, Facebook traffic. If you're not excited about cold calling, guess what? I hear you. Lucky you, this right here on the picture is actually me, maybe 1 or 2 years old, and I guess back then I actually enjoyed cold calling. Not so much anymore right now. Let me tell you that. Now, why do you want to be on Facebook? Guess what? That's where all your prospects hang out, especially if you're an online entrepreneur. If you're an internet marketer like me in the IM space, poof, all your people are on Facebook. But even, if you're a local business, a speaker, author, your prospects also hang out here. Actually, if you look at the stats here from ComScore, it's pretty crazy actually. Americans spend more than 70 million minutes on Facebook or on social media each month. And if you look at the blue color here, this is Facebook compared to the red, which is all other social networking platforms. Now, as you can see, Facebook totally dominates the stats. That's really where people hang out the most and the longest. That's why you have to be advertising on Facebook. There's just no way around it. And you can find leads there, you can automate it, you just have to set up your campaign the right way. the way I'm going to show you right now, and you can attract leads all day 24/7 while you sleep. And it's just a great feeling. In the past, with joint venture partners, when I did a launch, it was great. I would get a lot of buyers and leads, but then when the launch was over, nothing. For days, weeks, maybe months, I would get no leads at all. Now with Facebook traffic, every day I wake up with new leads that I can market to and that I can have an impact on, a positive impact with my products and services. It's just a great feeling if you have control over the traffic that you bring to your sites. This right here is, now we really get into the nitty gritty, is basically, how a news feed looks like. And people go on, and if you look here on the right hand side, you see these little ads here, right? People don't go on Facebook to see these little ads. People go on Facebook to see their news feed and check up on their family and friends. Now, if you can advertise, and this is what you can do today with Facebook, you can actually advertise into other people's news feed. Now, and all you need for that is a personal Facebook account and a Facebook fan page. If you don't have that right now, just go to YouTube and Google how to create a business page on Facebook. That's all you need. And then you can make a post like I did here, and you can actually market it or advertise it in other people's newsfeed, people who are interested in your stuff. And if you compare my banner here, or my advertisement here in the middle, compared to the little ads on the right hand side, mine stands out more because it takes up much more real estate. Can you see that? It stands out so much more, and it gets much higher click-through rate. On the right side, usually these ads, they get 0 point something click-through rates. Mine usually get about 3% or higher, which is huge. So the first big takeaway here is, if you promote on Facebook, focus more on news feed ads, and you do that with promoted posts, okay? Versus these little right hand side ads. You can do them too, but focus on news feed ads. That's really my recommendation for you. That's what I do, and it works really well for me because you show up where people hang out. Quick little tip still here. Did you know that you can also advertise news feeds when people hang out on their phone? Actually, according to Facebook, 70% of the traffic is from mobile devices. Now here's a big little secret. On mobile devices, by the way, the right hand side ads, the little ones, they don't show up. Only the news feed ads. I'm going to leave it with that. Now here, if someone clicks on my ad, you can see here, that's my copy. If you focus on the right hand side on the lower arrows, you can see that I have 14 shares at that point and 298 likes. Another benefit that you don't get with the right hand side ads, with this one here, newsfeed, I actually get a viral component, because every time someone shares my post or likes it, I have a chance that it shows up on their friends' newsfeed and Facebook as well. So I get much more out of my post. For the money that I spent, I now get much more traction and action because I have a viral factor as well. And if you look on the upper arrows here, that's a little bit of copy, really simple, just straightforward copy. I'm inviting them to click on the link, and you want to make sure that your link is within the first 6 lines of this post. Actually, if you don't have it in there, Facebook is going to make it disappear, and they're going to have a little button there that says see more. So make sure your link is actually within the first 6 lines of content. Good stuff, right? Cool. This right here, after someone clicked on my link, I led them here, which means I led them to a lead pages page. So this is just a landing page, in other words, and here people could register for my webinar. Really straightforward so far, right? A Facebook ad showed up on their Facebook, they clicked on it, and now I forward them to my webinar registration page. I created this page in literally 5 minutes with lead pages. If you want to check out lead pages, it's mariobrown.net/lead pages. And yes, obviously that's an affiliate link, and I get compensated if you buy through my link, which is awesome. Now 5 minutes to create it, and then maybe another 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes to create the copy, which is just the headline and a couple of bullet points. I love lead pages, and it makes it really simple. So people go here, they register for my webinar, and then I send them to a thank you page, which just means once they registered, they end up on this page where I thank them for signing up. I have a little welcome video there for them, and then I invite them to like my Facebook fan page. Really straightforward and easy to do. I did this one here also, by the way, with lead pages as well. So follow me here. Facebook ad, they click on it, they register for my webinar, I send them to the thank you page, and next step, automatically they get a welcome email or a thank you email, where I thank them for signing up, and also I tell them about 2 bonuses that they didn't expect. And I tell them how important it is to be live on the webinar. So what I do here is, first of all, I say, hey, it's me, Mario. So this is congruent with my actual ad, because by this time they don't really know me. They saw my ad, yeah, they clicked on it, they saw my video, and then here in the email I say, hey, it's me, Mario. So just to keep it congruent. Then I give them two bonuses. One thing that I learned in business, guys, is this: always give the customer more than what they expect. Always have some unadvertised bonuses. Always over deliver, and they will love you, they will trust you, they will like you, and they will also buy from you. That's how you do business. Okay, cool. They get this thank you email automated, and then a couple more emails reminding them about the webinar. Now here's something really cool that I did, and it's called retargeting. That's a really hot topic right now on Facebook advertising. What does it mean? If you look here at the arrow, that's my ad that followed around everyone all day on Facebook if they landed on my registration page. Now let me say this again. My ad with my branding followed everyone around on Facebook all day, reminding them of the webinar. That's the power of retargeting. It's almost like stalking, but you know, it's not without being negative. Like, your ads following someone around is actually really awesome, because it helps you with the branding, and it helps you to get them actually show up for the webinar or whatever it is that you offer. Maybe it's a discount, I don't know, you know, whatever it is that you want to offer. Really powerful, because it's so cheap on Facebook. And I'm going to show you some of my stats in here a second. Another example here. This is my wife's news feed, and as you can see here on the upper right, again, my ad is following her around, you know, reminding her of the webinar. And then here at the bottom you can see another ad. And if you're another copywriter, don't worry about it. Check out my copy here. I mean, it doesn't get any more straightforward. It says basically, don't forget the webinar. Your webinar with Mario is on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Actually, I should have added the time zone there. So you don't have to be an amazing copywriter to make this work. Makes sense? It's really powerful stuff, following people around. And then here, this is brand new actually. This ad here in the news feed, I can now follow people around in the news feed with retargeting. I mean, are you getting how powerful this is? I love this stuff. You get much more value and leverage out of your ads and your advertising that way. So now my ads can follow people around, not just on the right hand side, but also in their actual newsfeed, reminding them. So I'm going to get much higher click-through rate. To make this happen, I use Perfect Audience, mariobrown.net/perfect audience, if you want to check them out. That's the company that I use. They're easy to use. They are much more affordable than some of their competitors. And here's the cool thing. I think right now they give you like $150 for free that you can use on retargeting. And $150 with retargeting, just to let you know that I'm going to prove it to you in a second, gonna last for a very long time. So that's the company I use. Check out the stats here. I'm excited about this stuff. As you can see, if you look at the left arrow here, I got 10,929 views. And if you look at the right arrow, I paid $21.67. 11,000 views for $21. Now check this out. These views, these ads were served to people who landed on my page already. So this is not to random people. This is people who kind of raised their hand, they clicked on my link, they landed on my registration page or on my thank you page, and now my ads are following up following these people. So it's highly targeted, super targeted, and super cheap. That's why retargeting right now is such a hot topic. Let's talk about, now that we covered retargeting, let's talk about targeting in general on Facebook. And this is, you know, super critical if you want to do Facebook advertising. Now this is a screenshot from the main dashboard. Now as you can see, you can target by the country. If you look here on top, you can target actually by age, you know, and you don't want to target usually people who are like 14, 15, 16, like teenagers, because they wouldn't be able to afford your services. Makes sense. You can target men specifically or women, and then in precise interest, which is awesome, you can target, if you're an internet marketer, you could target any of the gurus. You know, you could target, if you're a coach or speaker, you could target people like Brendon Burchard. I mean, whatever industry you are in, you can get very specific in here and, you know, really target and niche down on a person and their interests. Now, what's really cool and really, a little bit advanced is custom audiences, and this stuff is just awesome. Custom audience means that you can actually upload your database to Facebook and target your database specifically. Let me say this again. You can grab your email list, for example. If you have customers and you have an email list, you can grab your email list, upload it to Facebook, and then target with your ads your database specifically. Now, as you can imagine, your ads going to be so much more powerful if they're targeted to people who were exposed to you and your services before. Now, if you want to take this to the next level, you can actually, if you have a software in place to do that, there's also a manual where you can go to Facebook groups and actually basically get the leads out of Facebook groups or out of Facebook fan pages, upload them to your custom audience and target these people specifically. So let's say you do the usual example of dog training. Okay, you have products on dog training. You can go to Facebook groups that are about dogs and dog training, join them, and then you can actually grab everyone in the group, upload them to custom audience, and specifically target them with your ads for dog training. This is awesome, very powerful stuff. That is why Facebook right now is just so amazing. Like, there's no other platform where you can be so specific with your targeting. And the whole point here is why I'm so excited about is the better you target and the more specific you are, the cheaper the ads are going to be for you, and the higher, the more effective they're going to be for you. So many benefits here. If you follow the strategies that I just showed you from my case study that worked really well and generated a really nice return of investment, you're going to get click-through rates like me here, 3%, 3.0, 3.4 and higher. Usually on average people get 1%. If they're really good, 2%. I usually get 3 and higher, as you can see, following the simple strategies that I showed you, here in just the last 20 minutes or so. If you want to go with branding, I did a big event where I had all these gurus, and I wanted to make sure, that people know about it. So these are just a handful of ads that I ran. Now, if you are the brand of your company, you personally, you can brand yourself with pictures of you, like I did here on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side. But then I grabbed some iStock pictures, like you can see in the middle, and that works just as well if you're not the brand of the company. Now, this is amazing, I didn't spend a lot of money, but I got thousands and hundreds of thousands of impressions. And after I was done with my Facebook campaign, everyone in the industry knew my name and my face. That's how powerful Facebook is. So if you have a product launch coming, for example, in the internet marketing space, and you need joint venture partners, you should target with your ads specifically JV partners, and they all hang out on Facebook. And I show my clients always how to find them specifically, different groups on Facebook. You should target them specifically and then get joint venture partners that way. Or if you want branding or awareness, Facebook is perfect for that. Case in point, my clients Alex Becker and Alex Cass, they had a launch recently called SEO Zen, and they needed affiliates, and I worked with them on getting the word out on Facebook for their product, but also targeting specifically joint venture partners. They use Facebook ads with the tricks and strategies that I showed them, and at the end they had more than 550 affiliates on board. They made over 6,000 sales and over $450,000 in revenue from their launch. It was just amazing. They broke all the records on JVZoo, which is an awesome affiliate platform. It was a massive launch, and they used my Facebook strategies. I mean, right now, if you want awareness, if you want JVs, if you have a book that you launch, whatever it is, a product, consulting services, Facebook, in my opinion, is really the way to go. So what are the takeaways here? Really simple. Let's summarize them real quick so that you get the most out of this call. What's the takeaways? You want to have a highly converting offer. Could be coaching, consulting, could be your book, a information product, whatever it is, and I usually offer them on a webinar or a video. You want to have qualified, targeted, cheap Facebook traffic. You want to have powerful images, okay? I would say 80 to 90% of your Facebook campaign is images that you want to have and that stand out, and some decent copy as well. You will have to use the Power Editor for the advanced strategies that I showed you. The Power Editor can sometimes be a little bit complicated, but with the things that I show you, you're going to be up and running in no time. You want to use retargeting to get the best out of the campaigns that you run, and you want to have laser focus targeting, like I said before. Then you want to automate the whole process, just like in the beginning when I showed you. Okay, you want to have it automated and your systems in place. If not, you just have a job. If you automate it, you will achieve maximum freedom. This right here is Daryl East, one of my clients. I helped him. He was already super successful in the local space, helping people with videos and YouTube optimizations, but he wanted to teach other people how to do it. So I worked with him. We created an awesome product, and he created a webinar around it, and it was really great. On the first 3 months, in the first 3 months with his webinar, he generated more than $50,000 in 3 months in revenue and over $10,000 recurring. And he offered one-on-one coaching, and then he offered a mastermind and group coaching as well. Right now, I'm helping him with Facebook. We're getting his campaign set up so that he can now not be dependent anymore on JVs, but instead have control over the traffic that he gets to his offers. More and more people in our space, online entrepreneurs, they don't want to be dependent anymore on JVs. They actually want to move forward and control the traffic and get leads consistently on a daily basis. So the question is, where are you in this picture? Because I'm looking for 3 more clients that I can work with, and that want to work with me, that I can help, put a simple, automated, but powerful and highly profitable campaign together. And here's the beauty when I see, some pictures here with my clients, they all get to come to my events as VIP. They can hang out with all the speakers, with the gurus. We took them to Vegas, we took them to Zappos, we did a tour there. I mean, we're making it an experience. We are already negotiating right now with a hotel in Costa Rica for an exotic trip and mastermind with our clients. So yes, they get amazing results when it comes to business, but you know what? I love traveling, I love lifestyle. So we always all get together, and it's just much more of an experience hanging out, like I said, with speakers, hanging out at my events, going for dinner. And if that's something that sounds interesting to you, if you want to take your business to the next level, then let me show you how this works exactly and how you could potentially work with me. Now, the outcome of my coaching program and my consulting service is really simple. I want to maximize your profits, period. Yes, the whole goal is to help you make more money. Now, you have to do something that makes sense with the money, right? I hope it's for more freedom, more impact. But the goal of this, first of all, is to maximize your profits and to get you an ROI ASAP, as soon as possible. The system that I use, attract, convert, automate. Attract meaning, JV traffic if you want to, but specifically Facebook campaigns that generate traffic on a daily basis. Then you convert them with a webinar or with a recording of a video, just like the one that you're watching right now, and then you automate it, and that will just free up your time so that you can spend more time with your family and friends or traveling, whatever it is that you want to do. Now let's talk real quick about who this is not for. If you're into complaining and blaming, obviously this is absolutely not for you. Negative mindset, no thanks. I don't want to have any negativity around me. If you don't have anything of value to provide, if you don't have a service or something, then obviously you can't make a sale, and then this is also not for you. If you don't have revenue coming in right now, then obviously you can't do it. And if you don't have a budget to spend on Facebook, because you will have to invest some money, then this absolutely is also not for you. Who is it for? It's for online entrepreneurs, coaches, speakers, and authors, internet marketers. You got to be 100% committed, and you got to be willing to listen and obviously to work and implement. If you are into impact and freedom, then this is for you. And you have to have a budget in place. Working with me is not cheap, and also you will need a budget to obviously advertise on Facebook. And here's an important lesson, once you are willing to basically put money in to acquire customers, then you are winning the game, in my opinion. Because if you can, if you have a well optimized campaign up and running that brings you customers in the door on a daily basis, you can outwork your competition. Now I have to tell you something straight up. I don't work with everyone. I'm looking for 3 clients right now, and the process is by application only. There's a $97 application fee, and this is really important to me, okay? That helps me to make sure that I don't get any tire kickers on the phone. look, I run a lifestyle business. It's important. I value my time more than anything else. So I only want to spend time on the phone with people who are 100% committed and dead serious about succeeding with this. That's why I have a $97 application fee. And if we work together, I'm going to teach you to do the exact same thing so that you only spend your time with people on the phone that actually are qualified and that want to work with you. Makes sense, right? So if you're okay with all of this, and by now you already know if I'm the right guy for you, okay? If you want to do Facebook webinars and make a lot of money that way, then you know I'm the right guy for you. If you do that, you put down the 97 bucks. You and I, we're going to be on the phone for about 30 minutes. We're going to have an implementation session. I'm going to break down your business. You're going to tell me what it's all about. We're going to come up with an action plan. So at the end of the 30 minutes, it doesn't matter if you sign up and work with me or not. You're going to have an action plan moving forward. Okay? Cool. If that sounds like the right thing for you, go ahead right now. Below this video, read the instructions. There's a button that you can click on and then fill out the application form right away. And as soon as you do that and you took care of the application fee, you and I, my assistant is going to schedule the call. We jump on the phone, 30 minutes, like I said, more or less, and come up with an action plan for you and see if this, is the right fit for you. You can see if I'm the right fit for you, and then we can really move forward with that. Below this video, just check it out, click on the button, fill in the application form. Make sure that you put in as much information as you can in the application form. I'm only looking right now for 3 new clients. So make sure that you are thorough and let me know why you think this is the great fit for you. And also, that helps me to really prepare for the call. The more information you give me, the more we're going to get out of the 30 minutes. And just to let you know, these 30 minutes, right from the second when we get on the phone, there's no fluff, there's no BS, it's pure business, and we get rocking and rolling. Okay, cool. MarioBrown.net/yes. Fill in the application form if you think this is the right thing. I hope you learned a lot from this call. Right now, take action. Talk soon. Bye-bye.